It's been amazing journey. Well, first of all, it's been amazing to observe your journey from the first book you released to amazing events you've gone on to do and other speaking engagements. And of course, you come back as speakers in 2021 during COVID, which none of us really expected. But it's just been beautiful to kind of bring our communities together over and over. And some of our community members ended up being your clients and just watching this whole journey unfold.
Yeah.
And this was so unexpected because actually a slot opened very last minute. We don't usually invite last minute speakers because the production of this event happens for 6 months. And we were talking on a completely different topic. And you were like, hey, I said, hey, I have a speaking engagement slot for you on our summit.
It's amazing. That's manifestation.
One day, right on. So this summit runs for 5 days, and on the day that you ladies are speaking, on a slot that was available was all about spirituality.
Yeah.
And I was so interesting. It was 11 a.m. I mean, it had to be an 11 a.m. slot, right?
Amazing. That's manifestation as well, isn't it? And I think that's what we were saying just a few days before we connected with you. We were saying we need to connect more with high profile people. We need to do more connection. And I think that's what happens in the industry as well, is people stay so close within their own little network that they actually stop seeking outside and, you know, doing these speaking and connection. And we message lots of people and have those conversations, and that's what makes it so special, this industry, is that actually the connection. And we just love the connection that we've got with you, where we could just message you and say, let's jump on a call. And it's just amazing how this is manifested in this way.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, through these events, and this is what's really special about events, and as you ladies know, you host events yourselves, it's a magical connections that happens. And sometimes you can come to an event with no expectation or just not really know what you're getting yourself into. And there's a lot of our audience say that I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I just said yes. All right. So this is a virtual event. It's free. So of course there is not even like a charge for you to be there. But then when you attend and you experience the magic, and first of all, I know that your session will be magical. You experience a magic, and then all of a sudden you experience a transformation from within.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it leads you on a new path of maybe self-discovery or ideas or possibilities. Like, wow, I never thought this was even possible. I never thought this even existed. And then you discover new connections. Maybe you find new mentors or people to connect with, and it leads you on a new path of opportunity. So even if you're, as you're saying, people are lost or feeling like, well, I'm just not sure how to take the next step, or which direction should I go, or what is my purpose? Because we constantly evolve. That's a new opportunity for you to go within and find that new purpose, new spark in you that will light you up again and keep you inspired to go for the next part of the year, you know, to really succeed.
Yeah. I think we're also talking about what's called the Groundswell. So I don't know whether you've heard of that. But basically there's a new wave of leaders. There's every so many months, there's a new wave of leaders coming through. And me and Tish were talking about like how it's actually so important that we hold ourselves accountable for what we are here to do. And so many people just let life get in the way and just, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And it's actually so important, because if you don't do it, if we don't do this, somebody else will. Because what we do is needed here on earth now more than ever. And that's what's so amazing about this summit is that actually you're demonstrating people within the industry that are walking the talk and talking the walk. They're doing what they should be doing, and then sharing that, because that then ripples out to so many other people that need it. Like people need what we do. So we just love that is what you're doing. And we love like the intensity of it as well, of having so many different people within the industry. Like you're literally like bam, 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 bam. One talk, there's like so many talks that are happening, and it's needed on earth.
Yeah. And I guess the
with what happened with COVID, which I feel it's relevant. We haven't really talked about it, but it changed the way that people work online. So I feel like obviously the live element and the in-person element was lost. So people were not in their passion because they don't enjoy being at home doing their businesses. So and I think this is what we found, is that getting back out there into the world and doing speaking, meeting people, and what that injects to your online business.
Yeah.
You kind of get that balance of not just in your own little bubble, and it just takes that one connection, like us meeting you. And it's like, we always know that what we've got, you support, and what you've got, we will support. And it's like you get those one person who hears you or connects with you, and it just takes you off, like you said, Raymonda, on this whole new journey of just passion and change. So that's what we'll be talking about. Oh, it's exciting.
I don't know about you ladies, but I find it energy is so infectious. Like even just being in this virtual environment right now, I just feel like, and I know your ladies, like your energy is infectious, and people want to follow you because of that, right? And when you attend events like this, it's like the energy becomes so infectious. You get the excitement of other people. And within our community, within our speaker circle, we have probably more than 50 speakers now.
Amazing.
And it's just, like I said, like even yesterday we had our speakers call, and the energy in the room just becomes so infectious, and we get so excited about it. And it's like, okay, let's spark the light, right? Let's spark each other's light, and let's go do something amazing. Like right now is Women's History Month. Yesterday we celebrated International Women's Day. And again, it's just that energy of that we as leaders or as entrepreneurs, as individuals, we can cultivate and bring our own energy and create something new, right? Create new opportunities. And that's what I'm excited about this year.
Was there. I was going to ask you, Raymonda, like why because we obviously know who you are, but what we don't know is almost like where you started, because we met you at a point where you were already established, you'd had an amazing network. So like, where did this start, and where did it actually evolve from? Like, what was the seed that started what you've created today?
Yeah. I've always been really entrepreneurial. I always wanted to pursue my own passion, right? As many of you have some dreams and goals. And for me, this was entrepreneurship. But I didn't quite know what it would be like, because my first business wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. And I was pretty much soul crushed. So I was pretty afraid to take that next step. And all around doing that, I kind of didn't have the support network. I didn't have necessarily like-minded females to look up to as other leaders, and many networking events that I went to just felt like mixed gender, just felt a little bit competitive with other women, or not as safe for me as a woman to be in that environment and really to be able to be open and vulnerable. So I started hosting events in 2017 in London, and then it was just magical. Women said, well, when are you doing this again? I didn't have a plan, right? I did not have a plan to do all of this. But it's the women, it's the people who come to our community, to our events. And I started to connect with more global women from all around the world, from Australia, Europe, US, Canada, and have their support, because I'm always of the mindset of being a cheerleader for another woman. So regardless whether I had a business or not, I was always cheerleading somebody else, always in Facebook groups, helping somebody, answering questions. And then people just started naturally, sort of coming to me and having these conversations and being part of it. So from one event, it just started to completely grow really quickly. In the first year, I think we reached 100,000 followers.
Hey.
It's not really about the followers, but it's the community, right? And having a purpose. And I think over the years, my own passion, my commitment, because seeing other women succeed because of the result of what we do through these, let's say, events, my own purpose has grown, my own commitment to it has grown, and why I do what I do today. I have had my own experiences of having struggles in life, and also having lost my wits in mid-20s. So I know specifically for women, it's not easy for us to stand on stage and share our story and be vulnerable or be open about the wounds that we have experienced. So my goal is to create this safe space for other women to shine their light, to speak their purpose and share their stories so they can inspire others.
Literally filled with goosebumps.
And on reflection to that, we've seen you. So as well as you influence our journeys as coaches, as the LOA Twins, we've also got clients in our community who we've seen go on a journey with you as well. And what I've noticed with the way that you are is you're very nurturing. So you've got that cheerleading energy, but it's very nurturing and giving like newbies who want to step on the stage. There's people in this group who have the desire to go onto the stage, but the way that you nurture like those newbies, and then look 2-3 years down the line, the way that they flourish and they come back to you to speak as well, and it's just really, really amazing. But with the cheerleading thing, I think it's so important. With where you said that you naturally attracted people because of the cheerleading that you were doing. People naturally come to you, so it's something for people in this group to be aware of, that supporting other people is actually a way, a catalyst to getting the support that you want. So that when you do launch your programs, your courses, they aren't like tumbleweed, because you've got your community and even if they're not buying from you, but you've got that support network of people that are just surrounding you like a web. So I love how you do that for people. It's just amazing.
Honestly, it's like this whole entrepreneurship is not easy, and it feels lonely a lot of the times. And when you're especially starting something, launching a new program, there's a lot of doubt, a lot of fear. Is this going to work out? Is there going to be anyone listening to my message? Is there going to be anyone interested in what I have to say? But if you see another woman trying to do something like launching a program, reach out to her and say, look, can I support you? Or even just leave a comment or a like. Small little things which you may think are insignificant. This could be something that someone was needing to get through their day. That's how it can be.
I absolutely love that, because this has been on my mind so much recently, not just with family and friends, but also with people that acquaintances. And I was speaking about, like, it takes nothing just to click like, put a love heart in the comments and just share that love. And what I don't understand is that there'll be big brands, let's say Rihanna's brand, or I don't know, any brand that's up there in the world. People are more likely, the media, to share that than to share somebody that's not as high up in the industry or not even there yet, just getting started. And I don't get it, because if I see someone, a client or anything on social media, I'm liking it and I'm going to put a heart in there, because we've got the algorithms as well. And I actually do it because I do want to help people and I do want to cheerlead. But I really don't get it, because we should be in this together. And it's like, there's so much work there in my eyes, that we need to come together. We need to support. And that's why I love your brand. It's about supporting and giving people the catalyst, like you said, to be able to rise. And that isn't easy in this industry, because there's an overwhelm of people coming through doing amazing things. And there's another swarm of people that are going to come in and do that. So,
swarm.
It is. And it's like, is that even the word? But it's just amazing, your energy that you do that, because it's rare. It is rare. It's rare that people do support. Like, I can see these comments and stuff. Ruthie, you are an example of somebody that will continually share positive, oh, thank you, and gratitude. Like, gratitude is an amazing thing. So yeah,
and also that if you could strip it back to basics, it's an energy exchange.
Yeah,
you give to others, it has to come back. That's so simple. Like, it has to come back. So you commenting and supporting and doing what you can to support whoever you feel guided to within your communities of entrepreneurs, the small businesses, it comes back when you're doing your, because people unconsciously remember that. They remember that you dropped a heart in. They remember that nobody else commented, but you did. And then they then reciprocate that. And it's it's an unconscious thing, really, isn't it? But the power of support and love, and it's just something to cherish. Yeah.
And it's not always like you should get like the same thing back. Like with abundance, it doesn't work like that. So with your summit and all the 50 women you're supporting, you get 50 people's worth of abundance back. But it's not in speaking, it's other blessings that are coming in off the back of all that amazing high vibration. Oh, I've got goosebumps. You give them back. You've got all these blessings to reap.
Yes.
And that's how I see it when I'm giving. I'm not giving to get back a like or a follow, because that's not the way it works. I'm giving because it feels good. And actually in the feel good, you manifest all these blessings that you will receive, you shall receive, because that's manifestation at its basic form.
You know, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see. And like you said, there aren't enough platforms that celebrate first-time speakers or, first-time entrepreneurs or those starting out. For me, it's just beautiful to see women rise and give that opportunity. And that's one of the reasons I've actually built the whole Women Thrive. We used to have Women in Business, which is more about support for business starters. But we started to call Women Thrive since the pandemic, because it's about all of us rising and thriving. And pandemic was such an uncertain time that I didn't really care about whether it's a first-time speaker. And I've always committed to at least 30% of our stage to be for first-time speakers.
Yeah.
And as you say, like yourselves or other people come back and say, your stage was the first stage I've spoken on. It was the first time I shared my story. And very recently, I remember I had a really tiring day. At the end of the day, I was just like, God, sometimes, why do I put myself through this, right? The working hours, the stress, sometimes it's really a lot to produce. For 6 months, 50 people event and thousands of attendees, it's not a small feast. And I remember one of the first-time speakers reached out to me and she said, Ray, I just want to say to you, if I ever forget to say, this opportunity is life-changing. I've learned so much on this journey as a speaker, and I'm so glad that you put our stories at the front and center of your event, not just about promoting our business, ourselves, or whatever, but our stories. And that's what I really love about this platform. And honestly, that was just like, that made my day. This has made everything that I do have a meaning and have a purpose. You know what? If I can just touch one person's life like that and say, change their life, and I help them to transform into being a confident speaker, I was like, no, this is it. I'm done for the day.
Amazing.
And I've just seen something about your destiny. So we obviously do destiny readings, and we feel like we need to give you a destiny reading, but I just got a flash of something, which was that your destiny was to take women survivors and to allow them to thrive. And it's two different energies, using their stories, these emotive stories that all of these women have, and challenges, and often traumatic as well, and moving it from a survive energy and a fight energy to we're going to thrive. And it moves it from fear to love. And that's something that you were able to do with all these women. So they're not stepping on stage kind of woe me, like this is my sad story. You make their story into
go me.
Right, not woe me, it's go me. Like that. That's such an amazing positive energy. And with everything you're doing around the magazine as well, it's just the Thrive magazine, even though I was annoyed because I was cut off the front of it.
That was you though.
I'm sorry, ladies. I have nothing to do with this. I editor.
We're on the front page next one.
Exactly. You're gonna have to come back with a whole article in our magazine.
Okay.
My editor,
We've been manifesting that. I think that's so true, because we're all survivors, and actually the biggest leaders are actually survivors. They've actually gone through something that has almost broke them, and this gives the will and the courage and all of these things to actually to get up and stand on that stage. And both me and Tisha have got our own survivor stories.
And we were broken at that first speaking event, weren't we? We were really struggling. Yeah.
I remember like speaking was my biggest fear, and I remember holding that mic and thinking my lips are trembling and I'm so scared. And like, look where we are now. It's like we hold our own events, and I don't have that fear around speaking, and that's because of you. Like, and I'm so grateful for that. And that the abundance that will come back off the back of that from just me and that one thing. But there's many things that you helped us to do by allowing us to step on that stage. So thank you to you, because it's like we're coming back.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
I've got goosebumps all over.
You're gonna make me smudge my makeup already.
It's true. We're all survivors, and I think everybody watching, look back on your timeline and go back to the reason why. And the reason why is usually a reason that means something to you. It means, for me, it was that I didn't have a voice. I didn't know what my voice was. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know how to articulate. I didn't want to because of judgment and all of these reasons. And to get through and to this.
And you won the competition. You won a bottle of.
Oh, yes! I won the
because what the background of that speaking event was, that was the very first time we introduced the higher self. So do you remember when we introduced Maeve and Anais, and we were like, it's not just us two, we also have two people with us, and everybody was like, what?
And the guy selling the raffle tickets, that's how it worked. He said, if it's real and you can manifest, show me how it's done. So I received the number that it was going to be. I think we had to guess the mileage or how much it was on lease per month or something. And I remember at the end, he was like, "Oh my God, it works! It's true."
And he said, "The winner is," and he said, "Anais."
Not the other one.
So
he said the winner is Candice and Anais.
No, he said and Anais, and I thought he was going to say Candice and Tisha. You're shy, so.
So yeah, we've got really, really nice memories of everything that you've where it started, but also who knows where you're going. I feel like you're on a massive journey with this, because it's going to evolve into more and more and more and more. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Recently we just launched a book, collaborated book, and in the book it's about women overcoming adversity.
What's it called?
It's called Women Thrive, inspiring true stories of women overcoming adversity. And during the book launch, we had people attend this book launch for the first time. They didn't know our community. They didn't know what we're about at all. Yeah. And at the end of this event, they said, I am blown away how you can make stories of adversity and heartbreak and, trauma, but be it so inspirational and positive.
Yeah.
So whatever the negatives you've been through, whatever the experiences you have had in your life that knocked you down, that you felt like I'm at the lowest point of my life and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it through.
Yeah.
The truth is, it's temporary. Yeah. It's only that time in your life, but it's not going to last forever. At some stage, you will turn that story around and make it into something positive, inspiring, motivating for other people. And the energy will change, as you say, from fear to love, to positivity, to greatness. And you don't have to feel afraid to share that story. I just want to say to everyone, you all have stories, and sometimes some stories are more traumatic or painful than others. But you don't have to be afraid to share that story, because it's your story. And my purpose is to empower women to stand in their truth and in their story, because live your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, because in you sharing your story, which may have been vulnerable and difficult, and perhaps you're feeling ashamed of it, because there's a lot of times that we could still feel ashamed or um, not 100% healed over it. But when you share it with the world, and this is what happens through our stage, you allow the opportunity for other person to say, I've experienced it too, and I'm not so alone going through it anymore. And I can see there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
This is not only self-empowering for ourselves to be open and honest about our stories and our, experiences in life, but we allow other people to rise through it.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to share. And if you
amazing
the story, step into it, right?
Yeah.
Through the summer, we're going to open new speaking opportunities as well. So make sure that you're there. You saved your spot. It's a free event. I've posted in a private chat for you ladies your link for ladies to sign up.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I've got the link to your book in the comments for anybody that wants to purchase the book. But also what I think you've just said is really important. It's like, if you want to you want to be involved in speaking or getting on stages, the importance of actually watching and seeing, and that is, again, it's manifestation. You seeing what others are doing and the way that they're doing it and feeling good about that. I think it's a great manifestation that you do attend, because it almost creates that image of what you all can do in here as well. And also potentially you could apply to be a speaker at the next one, and all of these things. So we will drop the link below for the summit. It is free. We are speaking on the 24th of March at 11 a.m. So we invite you all to obviously attend ours. But we would say the benefit of doing all of those talks, even if it takes you a year to watch them all, like the benefit of doing that is going to inspire you. It's going to bring you change, and potentially it's going to bring different things to your businesses or your purpose too. So we invite you all to attend and watch and enjoy it, because it's going to be amazing. And we're really grateful for you, Raimonda. You're just amazing. Like, filled with goosebumps. Like, I can only see good stuff, amazing stuff for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate for this space. I appreciate for you being such a light. And I remember every time you speak on a stage, the ladies always have some feedback to give you. It's like, oh my God, who are these two twins?
We always do something.
So I'm excited about your talk. I'm excited about having your community joining as well, participating. There's a lot of actually on healing, trauma, spirituality, energy work, purpose, mindset, confidence building, as well as very practical business topics as well. So I know, many of you are business owners. So each day is actually broken up into different themes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Really,
so
maybe
you could all ring in sick those days if you still
or if you're working online, just pretend that your internet's gone at 11 o'clock.
Thank you guys for watching. You can see lots of comments. Beautiful ladies, somebody saying they've got goosebumps and feeling the vibrations. I'm feeling them too, and we hope that this live has sparked something in you, whether that's to get started again, whether it's to go bigger, whether it's to rise to a different level, whether it's to provide a service to those that you feel that need it. There's a plethora of different reasons, and the way that this will hopefully resonate with you all. And we will see you at the summit. We're really excited, and we will see you all soon.
Bye-bye.
I was just going to say, we'll drop your Instagram links and stuff, your social media links as well, so they can all follow you on there too.
Yeah, sure. Just attend the summit. You'll walk through that for sure.
Perfect. Yay! Okay then. See you all soon. Bye.